All right, hello and welcome to another edition of the A Link to the Past Randomizer 2024 tournament. We have a Group AF match between Iceman and IConIC. Both are 1-1 and looking to close out with a win here to move on to the next round. So we're in for some cross hunt action today, and I'm Pro A007, very happy to be joining you as always. And joining me is Blue Link. Welcome.
Well, hello. Yeah, and welcome to everyone who just was watching one of the other races just now. That was open. This is cross hunt. So pretty much diametrically opposite from what's available with the modes.
Yeah, so we're gonna see a lot of crazy here, and try and make sense of it all, or do our best, anyways.
So you mentioned these runners are both 1-1. This is their first race against each other.
Mm-hmm.
They both lost to Gamachu, and they both beat Tyler Salt. So it looks like they're going to be competing for the second playoff spot in this group.
Correct. Yeah. So start at the house, and we get a small key to the Dark Palace right off the bat. So
We've got a little bit of divergence.
So while we get through the opening stages, why don't you explain a little bit about the cross hunt for those not familiar?
All right, cross hunt. It's a fun new variation on cross keys. So instead of needing to find 7 crystals and then go beat up Ganon, each of the 10 dungeon bosses and Ice Armos and Moldorm 2 in Ganon's Tower have a Triforce piece behind them, and we need to get 10 of those 12 to be able to beat Ganon. And looks like Nightbot has the summary right there in chat.
Right. So it is an interesting variation on what we've seen before, and with the keys being all over the place as well, that's going to throw in some wrenches to try and see what happens. Plus everything else, so plus all the entrances and whatnot. So already we're seeing our runners more than anything trying to gather intelligence as they go along. The key aspects, of course, being dungeon locations.
Yep, another piece of information that Iceman found is the top of Paradox Cave. 7 items there, but he's really got no way to do much of anything in there.
Right. So
And IConIC coming to the same conclusion and saving and quitting out.
all right, so we just found Ice Palace in Eastern. IConIC picked up a bottle, and now is in the Lost Woods.
Iceman very politely waiting for this Octorok to get out of his way.
Well, the Octorok's not being very polite and kind, though. Iceman's moving all the way down, and let's see what we got here. Okay, the library with a full heart container. We get boots. That might be a welcome addition, and it's nice that the sanctuary actually kind of leads into the Lost Woods. Because that really will give them a chance to have some flexibility with moving around in the light world.
Yeah, it's a pretty good start location, far away from Link's house.
Yeah.
But it's a terrible location? Ganon at Lumberjacks, so we gotta find 2 Castle Tower small keys in order to beat this seed.
Yeah, well. So at least it's in pretty easy access, if nothing else. But it's a bit of a jarring surprise. 3 minutes into the seed, Iconic spending some of his hard-earned fortune in to get some bombs. And Iceman also about to find that random inheritance. So Iconic also spent it on what was that, blue potion? So, all right. So Iconic taking advantage of having those bombs to go into Paradox and try and get some items here. There's Desert. Heart piece and a heart container. So more health is good, especially if he's gonna have to go, contend with the mini Moldorms. They got a map to Turtle Rock, another heart piece. You get the double? Yes, very
Nicely
nice.
done.
Oh, we got the bow. Ooh, we got a bow up there on the and there's the boots. Wow. So Iconic really off to a good start here. All right, so Iconic's gonna. Okay, so $100 and a big key to Turtle Rock for Iceman. So a nice find there. Wow, we got literacy on the desert ledge.
That's funny.
Yeah, Iconic. All right, so Iconic going, kind of reversing his way through. Iconic taking a back seat here. But with that added intelligence, can go to the library if he wants, get that free heart container. Ooh, back of escape.
Well, yeah, having those boots makes this basically free.
Yeah,
Hey, a shield.
baby, and a small key to pods. So not bad.
Chat's asking about the rules for this tournament and whether or not hovering is allowed. If you were watching the Cross Keys tournament, which just wrapped up, hovering was banned in that tournament, but hovering is allowed without restrictions in this tournament.
All right, Iconic finds Desert, and he's gonna get the bow now, and that's gonna be he's gonna be very happy with that. Iceman leaving Tower of Hera. So got some Death Mountain checks to go through. Nothing there. Okay, we got a dark room. Without really a sword to at least serve as a kind of guide. Can't really do anything with that. Iconic taking. Oh, whoops! I think he forgot about that. So. Sahasrara has said that the family heirloom, the green pendant, is in pod.
Of course it is. We've got a couple of small keys to there already, and a bow.
Whoa, the Canis Samaria and a heart piece for Iceman in the waterfall from the waterfall cave. Very nice. Or that wasn't waterfall, was it? Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm losing my mind.
That
So,
Samaria is actually going to be Iceman's best weapon for the immediate future.
no, for sure. Yeah, that will be very valuable. Um, kind of both as an offensive and defensive weapon, but you know, hard to turn down. IConIC is kind of working his way through. What I didn't see.
That was Spiral Cave. Iceman is going to go take a walk here.
Yeah. All right. So IConIC is working his way through Kakariko right now. And that is vanilla, very good, and some bombs. More bombs.
Oh, a
Ooh, the
mirror in
mirror.
Spiral Cave.
Wow, that's a good one. Small key to Turtle Rock, small key to Ice Palace, and a small key to Myers. So all kinds of keys. Iceman working his way around the other side of Pod. The bottle vendor had a map to Meyer.
Well, Iceman did make his way out without dying.
Yeah, because some of those early, when you're just getting into the Dark World, some of those enemies really do hit hard. All right, so another fairy. There's the sick kid. What is sick kid offering? A small key to GT. So IConIC did just find Eastern, and well, there's another small key for Pod.
That's 3 already.
So
Whole bunch of dungeons here too.
that's not surprising, with anything cross, Kakariko does tend to be a fairly popular location to put a couple of those, like, sort of congregate together in. I just found the eastern side of Hyrule Castle. We got the back entrance to Turtle Rock, so this is a nice find. We got 4 checks. Ooh. Okay. Oh,
Oh,
the
wow.
Moon Pearl.
And that does have some logical locks in this mode.
Mm-hmm.
Iceman finding a sword, oh wow, there's a glove on Laser Bridge too?
Yeah, this is... Both runners are getting some good stuff here.
So this is actually in logic with that Moon Pearl, but Iceman doesn't know about it yet.
Right. And okay, 20 bucks. He's just going to take the... Alright, so our runners are starting to put some of the pieces together. I'd say IConIC kind of has the early edge right now, with just based on some of the items he's accumulated, but Iceman, with that cane in the mirror is not too shabby either. Another dark area.
Iceman found a 4th pod small, and we did find the Hyrule Castle small in the woods, so this is actually
Yeah,
in logic. This is
right.
deeply concerning.
All right, so let's see what we got. I kind of still working through the rest of Kakariko. There's the smithy. That's actually a fairly convenient location when that comes along. Right, and just a hard container at the race game, so nothing really to see there. Um, so it is convenient though for Iceman having that that mirror. Gives him a couple of checks here. Found it was Super Bunny Cave.
Iceman is gonna just check all these entrances here.
Which is makes sense, you know. So
Oh
I
wow,
can't and the Hookshot Cave. Um, there's Ice Rod Cave. What do we got here? Oh, the big key to pod.
this is getting really suspicious.
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay, Iceman's checking the last connector in Hyrule Castle and gets stuck.
so IConIC is gonna via a different route is going to get that sword now. And Iceman just found Uncle stealing from a dead person. My. Boy, is he gonna be surprised. Ha! It's like I kind of like, really? I just did all of that. Alright, so both runners now with a sword. In terms of items, again, IConIC with the early edge, with that moon pearl, the boots, the glove, and the bow.
Yeah, Iceman will have to make a second trip to get that bow, but most of that other stuff he will find when he makes his trip to Kakariko.
Right. Nice bomb pickup, and now with that sword, Iceman can more easily navigate the dark areas. Um, so we'll see if this ends up resulting in anything. IConIC taking a intentional death there. Reset position. Now it's got some room to kind of work and navigate and explore a little bit. And by a different route is going to get that last item from Hyrule Castle. So I like the convergence we're seeing here.
This is
Okay,
great.
a small key to Turtle Rock. All right, while we wait for IConIC to finish this little jaunt, Iceman back in Lost Woods, heading out the south exit. All right, so we've hundoed Hyrule Castle. Um, okay, so IConIC gonna check Sank and okay, get to his steal his uncle's money. So we'll get another check here. Because IConIC has the glove, they'll be able to check back of the graveyard, do the graveyard check, or not. Did he not? I thought he. Oh. There's was that was That was the well check. IConIC. Ooh.
Well, a light world kern jump. You don't see that every day.
No. But access to a few more checks here. Ooh, Meyer. Can't really go anywhere with that. Iceman just found
Ouch.
on the back of Turtle Rock and immediately got lasered.
Well, you pretty much have infinite tries at this.
Right.
And he's
Yeah.
not gonna fail that many times.
No. And he's got an easier go of it just because he doesn't. IConIC did without a sword, so he had to kind of get creative. Okay, we got Skull Woods, main entrance, I suppose. There's the Merle for Iceman, so that's a nice boost.
He was so excited to see that. You saw how he was slashing his sword.
Yeah. Now, with 2 keys, ooh, IConIC taking a death there, unfortunately. So Iceman can do a little bit more. Again, this is technically out of logic. So, you know, little caveat emptor there. Okay, we've got Hype Cave. Oh, Master Sword.
That's a good start. That's a
Ice
great
Rod.
start.
Oh,
Okay. I'll give that a 7
that
out of 10.
that's pretty good. I mean, armor, an ice rod, a sword, and health, that's better than what I've seen of late for sure. I saw a fair few of the matches at SG Live. I don't recall anything like that. Iceman continuing to kind of do the a lot of the checks IConIC has already done. We're going along the south shore here. IConIC, like there's the entrance. Ooh. Well, he doesn't have a hammer, so he can't finish it. But something to keep in mind in the back of your mind, though, as when you start going to like last location stuff, if that's needed, that's a good one to do. All right, so we got Super Bunny Cave here for IConIC. Some money.
We did actually see the other end from Iceman, but he didn't go through it because he was a bunny.
Right, right. So 300 and a compass, and the money is welcome, but especially gotta. All right, so back to the other, and okay, just a random oracle. All right, we're gonna more fake flippers. IConIC. Gonna check waterfall. Could. Okay, nothing there. That's just the other side of Ice Rod Cave. So, yeah, and pay the fish and hope you don't get scammed. I think that's Okay, just another heart container. So no reason to go back here.
Meanwhile, Iceman's taking his connector back to Easteth Mountain. Well, we
Yeah.
got scammed.
Yeah, yeah, the Bernie Madoff special strikes again. So, yeah, Iceman's still waiting on those boots. IConIC.
Alright, this is
Check.
actually quite the connector chain. Iceman taking Fairy Ascension Cave back to Hera, which will drop him over on the West Mountain. But I forget what he wanted to do here.
Yeah, I'm not really sure either. Oh, I see. Wants to check that dark area. It looks like it's gonna be the old man.
It certainly is.
And IConIC, I actually put the ice rod to use for something other than, Trinex there, taking out that guard. So that's a welcome sight. He did
Nicely
it
done.
again. Yeah. So, but yeah, we get some valuable intelligence here with the old man. What is he holding today? Well,
Ooh.
Magic Cape IConIC gets to the library and decides to pick up that heart container. Why not?
ICoNIC's got 6 hearts now to Iceman's 3.
The Iceman has picked up a couple of heart pieces. I think he's probably one away at this point. But there's Sarsaparilla. So get some bombs, more money. Castle Tower. So Iceman learning that Sarsaparilla is a survivalist of some kind. So, all right. So IConIC now in the dark world.
Now, notably,
So,
he does not have the mirror.
correct.
Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
the hook shot.
Well, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's huge. And well, there's Tower of Hera. So, there's a small key in there. And it is to Pod. So,
Okay.
where is Pod? I mean, man. Iceman finding the brother's house. Red mail.
Oh, wow.
And Iceman just got the hook shot. Wow.
And he knows where Hookshot Cave is.
Yeah, and Chad just pointed out, Iceman passed on TR Big Chest, but now he can go back and get it. Okay, the big fairy cave. Got a heart piece and a bottle with a B. Iceman doing the same. There's a heart. There's the heart piece. So yeah, the mirror is the one big deficit for IConIC right now, and the big deficit for Iceman are the boots.
Actually,
But Ice,
with that
I'd say,
hookshot, Iceman can Harapot and beat this.
yes, he can. Yes, he can. So we'll have our first Triforce piece. Okay, I kind of found the eastern side of desert.
That's funny. There's 2 desert entrances at the same place, just
Yeah.
a world apart.
All right, Iceman successfully completes it. All right, and IConIC finding The rest, the other side to the center of Skull Woods. Again, missing out on Canis Samaria, so can't do this the easy way.
Oops.
And unfortunately got grabbed by the Wallmaster. Gonna have to do that again. Alright, so Iceman gonna take on Trolldorm, everybody's favorite, and with oh,
I
right
was
on
just
cue.
about to say he's got the cape and can avoid getting bumped.
Yeah, well, take two. IConIC probably thinking, boy, this better be worth it. Nope. Just a map. All
There we
right,
go.
and there it is. We're on the
Triforce
board.
piece number 1, sub 30 minutes. Wait, yeah, but you want that?
All right.
Okay, I mean, the chances that something required is on pet is still very small, but like, why not just take the pendant?
I'm a little puzzled by that as well. Iceman did pick up the big key for Pod. Imagine something on Ped. Well, if it is... Yeah.
Anyway, Iceman's one of our beloved tournament admins, so we can make fun of him a little bit, right?
Just a little.
I mean, it was even a vanilla pendant, like the red pendant. Why?
So, get,
Chat with a good point. Turtle Rock was the other pendant, so we know all 3 pendants now.
That's true.
Iceman with the mirror can check Graveyard Ledge, but not King's Tomb without the boots.
Right. Well, Blind's hideout. Let's see what comes out of this. Well, a shovel.
Yay!
Money. Big key to Skullwoods. And a
And a
small
small
key to...
key.
Oops.
Interesting.
Yeah. And more money. I mean, this really does feel like something a thief would have.
Iceman's got nearly 1,000 rupees more than IConIC.
Yeah. But then IConIC did get scammed by the fish, so... Yeah. So, from what I could tell, apart from that big key, I think IConIC came up empty by and large in Skull Woods. Alright, so we're going to the Village of Outcasts now. Just a map and checkerboard cave. Another ferry.
Iceman's gonna find Paradox here from the middle, and he'll get his boots.
Yeah, like that would...
Okay.
Alright, there it is. And magic powder. Okay.
Magic Bat is accessible at Useless Fairy.
Mm-hmm.
IConIC doesn't have
So,
enough money for the dig game.
uh,
He also... Oh, that
well,
is
now
most
he does.
fortunate 20 rupees.
Yeah, that's pretty lucky. Iceman now getting a big piece of the puzzle here, and he's got to be pretty happy with this.
I was actually about to say, IConIC doesn't know and can't actually do anything about the fact that the stun prize is 20 rupees, which is kind of unfortunate, but he got the 20 he needed.
Right. If nothing else, he actually turns a profit in the digging game, so there is that. There. Oh,
That's worth
yeah,
it.
oh, that. To hell with the rupees. You know, he got a hammer.
And that is
So
normal Dark World access now.
yeah, that's huge for Iconic. We'll see how long this parlays into an advantage for him.
I don't think it'll be long because Iceman is heading
No.
over to this part of the Dark World, and if he's going to be
Yeah.
thorough, no reason not to be thorough.
No. Yeah. There really wasn't anything of particular interest. There's a Spike Cave at Skullwoods.
Oh, if only Iconic still had the ferry.
If only. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Iceman now in western in the center of Skull Woods. Iconic checking Hype Cave location, and, well,
Okay, a different
close.
5-item cave.
Yeah, close. So we got 50 bucks. A key to swamp. Love. Ooh, the flute and the boomerang.
Wow. I'm gonna say that's better than Hype Cave.
I'd say it's about
Or,
equal.
nah.
I'd say about equal. I'm both very profitable though, and Iconic, man. He just when he finds the cane and the mirror, like that's gonna be really good. All right, well, empty.
Iceman, remembering that Bo was here.
Yeah, that was very nice for Iceman. Iconic. Emptied the swamp. There's the entrance to Turtle Rock. Okay, we got King's Tomb and just a compass to to Dark Palace.
Hey, with that hammer and the bow, when we find Pod, it's gonna be full clearable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that's the we haven't seen Thieves Town. We haven't seen have we se- have I don't think we've seen Eastern either. We
Um,
haven't seen
E-
Pod.
Eastern was that sick kid, I think.
Yes, you're correct. Kind of a blink and you'll miss it kind of thing. But yeah, I know Thieves and Pod, yeah, are still unknown at this stage. Blind check on the race game. He's not gonna turn down a heart container.
Okay, here's Castle Tower.
All right. There's Sick Kid. Gets his GT small key.
Iceman having to do this on Fighter Sword, not having any arrows.
Doing the dance there with our friend, with our ball and chain guard, Kiki the monkey, gets his pound of flesh, and
This is going to be an expensive look at the bottom of Spiral Cave.
yeah,
Chat with some information. Fighter Sword spins do not deal additional damage to ball and chain guards. Useful information, I guess.
So, all right, so we've seen we haven't seen every check available to us. But we've seen a vast majority of them so far. Just some stuff.
Iceman may have left without his hammer.
Well, he's doing K45. Maybe he'll come back on the other side. All right, well, this is worth a little bit of. This might be worth it. No, just 10 bombs. Like, yeah, Iceman, go back for your hammer, please. You need that hammer, I think. Might be required. There's a Gina for IConIC. Nope.
Now, Iceman found a Gina, but was a bunny at the time.
Right. Yeah. He gets to double up and just some buried treasure.
Oh, nope.
No, Iceman, unfortunately, turning away from that hammer.
So either his tracker is going to show that he hasn't got that item, or he mistakenly marked it off, and that's going to be disastrous.
Yes, and okay, IConIC back in DP. Has the big key. Trying to. So we can do that check. A lot of one-off checks right now. Just a hard piece in the big chest, and
Iceman's stream does not show his tracker, so we don't know what's up with that.
Alright, so Iceman in the front of Turtle Rock. So we got a couple of checks here that he can do. Big key to TR for IConIC. That might, well, it helps. It doesn't really put him any closer. Iceman going down towards Swamp Palace. Gonna get Mini Moldorm Cave. That will be pretty happy for him, I think. Not as happy as a hammer, but we can't have everything.
Hey, Iceman finally found some arrows.
Well.
with us only needing 10 of 12 Triforce pieces, it is theoretically possible to complete the seed without the hammer, as long as no additional dungeons are locked behind the hammer.
Right. But that's not something you...
Yeah, it's not a situation you want to be in.
No, you do not want to be betting on that kind of logic. Have enough keys where technically you can beat Mothula, but need Fire Rod though. So, when the time comes, that'll be well worth it. IConIC gets the magic cape. Still missing that hook shot. I'm still missing the mirror and the cane of Samaria. Iceman's missing a hammer. Well, key to Meyer. Iceman gonna clean up here with Hype Cave.
Huh, so we also have the map and compass to pod.
Yeah. So both runners are starting, have pretty much at this point, I almost completely overlapped each other on their checks. There's the cane of Samaria for IConIC. That's one of the few items he's been missing.
And is he gonna go? Yes, he's gonna get his mirror.
Yep, he was thinking about it. It's like, Iceman was the same way. It's like, well, and Iceman didn't even have boots, so it's like you could understand his reticence, but oh, okay. Well, there's the mirrors. So IConIC now in, I think they're back to even now on the items.
And Iceman, though, has just found a connector to the Meyer area through Bumper Cave.
Yeah, and just... Alright, so we're at the 47-minute mark. Iceman is the only one to get a Triforce piece from Tower of Hera. So it has a 1-0 advantage. IConIC just found the 2 items that had been eluding him, 2 of the 3 items that have been eluding him till now in the Cane of Samaria and Mirror, but in terms of the items, he's activating his flute. In terms of the items, both have an item the other desperately needs. Iceman has the hook shot. IConIC has the hammer.
Iceman trying to get back in his mirror portal. There we go.
It took a little bit of doing. Alright, wasting no time putting that to use. And, okay, it's going to get that small key to Meyer.
And here's our book.
Well, that does open a couple more checks with the PEDs. I mean, you never know. I kind of can now do this, mimic cave, so... just $20. Hookshot was at the exit to Bumper Cave. If Iceman activating his flute, so that'll be a nice movement gain.
Right, pyramid and top of castle checks for IConIC.
Yep.
Iceman going back to Turtle Rock Bridge for these checks he couldn't get before.
Damn,
Oh, here's Pod.
There's Pod. All right. So, took 50 minutes, but, you know, like, this is the one where they've been hoarding all these keys and whatnot, and now they're finally going to get... Iconic's going to get a chance to use them. $20 leads off. So, yeah, with 14 checks here, you know, potentially 14 items, that is not insignificant. And there could...
Yeah,
could
the
be a
green
lot.
pendant giving us an extra item counteracts the Triforce piece subtracting one.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, this will be a full clear.
Right.
And here's Hookshot Cave.
Again, yeah.
Bombos,
Ooh.
okay.
That's our first medallion. 10
I
arrows.
Think we saw the Meyer entrance.
I think we did. I just don't remember where. We did. I just don't remember where it is.
Oh yeah, of course we did. Right, he was mirroring in front of it.
Right. All right. So Iceman also gets this check. We. All right. Well. We get another new check. A big key to Ice Palace. All right. It's in a fairly obscure, out-of-the-way location. Another entrance to TR.
But Iceman is going back to the mountain.
Ten arrows. There's a piece of heart. Big key to Hera. Okay.
So IConIC can finish Hera now, without that hookshot.
Right. The only thing that'll be off limits is basement. Okay. A red shield, not unwelcome.
And unfortunately, Iceman is going to find Pod, but not have the hammer to finish it.
Yeah, that digging game is, you know, when you said it at first, like, of course he's going to do this, you know, but now it's really starting to become an albatross. Okay, key to Meyer.
And from Iceman's point of view, he's got 13 checks in here. There's no reason not to dip it.
Right. big key to Thieves Town.
Uh,
So,
Thieves Town is the one of the dungeons we haven't found yet. We still need the back of Desert and GT, possibly.
correct.
All right, IConIC's got to do Dark Turtles here.
Yeah. No fire source yet.
He's certainly not in danger of dying. But this is just a little bit comical.
Yeah. Playing whack-a-mole with a blindfold. Looks like he...
Well, he's made it.
Alright, 17 whacks with a hammer. We'll see.
Alright, and about half an hour after Iceman, IConIC's going to get his first Triforce piece. But despite that, he's probably in better shape, because, he didn't miss the hammer.
Overall, that's probably true. That hook shot remains elusive, but once he gets that, he's in very good shape. But yeah, we're tied up at 1 now, 1-1.
Alright, where to? Actually, that's kind of funny. This is a faster way to get to the Dark World around here than taking the portal for IConIC.
Chet makes a good point about the hammer being in a more isolated location. That's certainly true. And it's one that, you know it, but it's like, oh, I don't wanna. We were bemoaning Iceman's health before, but he's got 11 hearts now.
Yeah, he's taken the lead.
Yeah. In that respect, certainly.
Now, IConIC's going to give us one more check here with that big key.
Right. There's the key to thieves. Love.
Wow, just despite Iceman.
Yeah. Yeah. He's also got the extra check with Sarsaparilla. When he ever decides to get around to that, but priorities. Iceman did do rain game chat. He did not do dig game.
All right,
Right.
Triforce piece number 2 for IConIC, and he is going to collect the red pendant.
So, IConIC in the lead, 2-1, and now we're getting a check we have not seen yet. Catfish. Catfish was a scam, and Iceman's about to get scammed.
Are we getting a ped check?
Looks like it. I mean, we haven't
Well-
even really seen. We haven't seen this side of Lost Woods, anyways. So let's see what we got.
All right, is Iceman going to regret? No, he's not.
Well,
And here's Magic Bat for IConIC.
yep, that's a new check we have not seen yet. The prize, a big key to GT. All right.
Okay, cool.
Well, we have not found GT either. IConIC's kind of seesawing a bit here.
Are we going to get to see the rare Kern jump in both worlds?
That would be something. First, he's got a... There it is. Third time is the charm.
You know, IConIC has now found 3 item caves from a different entrance than the one he originally found in order to get the items.
Pretty wild when you think about it.
Oh, IConIC has found a connector to the top of the mountain.
Yep, and there's a big key and swamp.
Okay, nice to have.
Iceman gets the shed. So now we're getting some Dark Death Mountain checks.
Okay, another potential connector that could get up here.
Oh, the
There's
fire rod.
rod.
So that puts Skull Woods in play now.
And Trinex is beatable now.
Yes. And so yeah, this is looking pretty good for IConIC right now. I'm still okay, we're getting a bomb. Ether check. I didn't see what it was.
That was bottle number 3.
No, I meant TR check. Yeah, no.
Oh, it was also Quake.
Yeah, double shake. Yeah.
It'd be funny if you had a required B to get into a dungeon.
So TR Big Chest was just mapped eastern. Ganon Tower entrance not doing anything.
Alright, where does this take us? Very funny.
Yes. Nowhere. IConIC giving himself a think, having a think about it, decides, no, I don't want to do this. Small key to GT for Iceman. I'm still missing that hook shot. But well, that was really the only item that was really of any value anyways, I think.
Yeah. Oh look, we've got both the medallions we don't need.
Oh, we got an ether, excellent. I kind of like, yep, I'm out of here.
Chat asking about what connector leads to bumper ledge for the hookshot. When I saw it, I didn't think it was important enough to write down because I thought IConIC would get there quickly. So I don't know.
It was pretty close to its actual vanilla exit. I think it might have been north of Bumper Cave. Iceman.
I'm having a little trouble.
Yeah, not quite the ideal way to go about it, but it worked itself out. And IConIC he's going for Trinex. I think. Yeah, I think as I recall, like the entrance, the route getting there. Oh, he's not doing Trine. Something like that, or is IConIC gonna? Okay, IConIC's gonna do the rest of this first, I think. We can do pretty much everything.
I think he's gonna go to Chomps, maybe. But Laser Bridge was easily accessible at the Smith's house, and then
Right.
Fate and Trinex will take you to the front for free.
Right. So just needs one key left over, but I think he can do it.
Okay, we're gonna get to see the Skullwood's big chest here. Oh, that's the last pod small.
We're about 70 minutes in. Both runners are missing an item that could really help them tremendously. Iceman needs it a lot more. He needs that hammer, and he needs it yesterday.
Meanwhile,
Uh,
IConIC has everything to beat Ice, including the big key for all the items, and he can do Icebreaker as well. So this
right.
makes total sense.
No, yeah, this is a good call. You know, and Bombos will save him some magic if he wants to do fire rod strats on Cold Stare. And this is a good use of it too, since he doesn't have hook shot. This is a fairly expedient way. Oh, the Titan's
Ooh,
Mitt. It's like one of the last items our runners really, really, really need. Iceman's going to Eastern.
without the big key.
Unfortunately, but 5 checks here. 4 checks, excuse me. So, I mean, well, that's not unwelcome. Not required, but it's a very nice to have for sure. With the half magic.
I bet IConIC wishes he had that.
Yeah, and we all do, and that's always one when you do a seeds. Like, I really would like some half magic. Heart piece.
IConIC never found the connector to the Mire area, but he doesn't need that now. With those mitts.
No, yeah, he's all set. That might actually be what he does. Assuming he doesn't get anything of like progression value here, which seems unlikely given what we know, but after that might be where he goes next.
Now, is Iceman gonna get bailed out by a vanilla Eastern big key?
Alright, last chance for Iceman here.
Flippers!
Okay, well, IConIC getting a small key to Ice Palace. That's nice. Bombs. Alright, all set now.
That's convenient.
Yeah, it's like, wow.
Now, IConIC has the big key to Swamp, but Iceman does not.
Which, not required in this case. So, that's convenient for him. Alright, so Cold Stare on... Alright. Cold Stare still hits very hard even with red mail.
And Iceman gonna use Specky. He actually has to because he has no hammer.
Right.
And IConIC has a 3-1 Triforce piece lead.
Hookshot is still a demerit, but he's working around it for the time being. Alright, head back to the starting point. To where IConIC goes next. He's going to do... Okay, he's going to do back a skull. Can finish this off pretty quick. Could you finish this mode without hookshot? Yeah, I'm sure you could.
If I remember correctly, there are 3 important items, and theoretically you can finish the seed without one of them.
Right.
Oh, there's incoherent with the answer. You can finish without exactly one of hammer, hookshot, or cane, assuming nothing required is locked behind all of them.
Right. Okay, well, Iceman found the big key to Mire on the left side of Swamp. So, but IConIC cruising along and picks up his 4th Triforce piece off of Skull Wood. So a 4-1 advantage now for IConIC. All right, so now IConIC is going to do Misery Mire.
Nice man releasing the bee.
Yeah. IConIC is, I think, gonna get literacy here. Yep.
Well, Swamp had the Mire Big, but nothing else. And presumably Iceman is going to go straight for Mire next.
I would think so. IConIC having the same trouble Iceman did, trying to find that right pixel to get out of here, to get back to ward back. There it is. There
Right,
goes Argus.
Getting his 2nd piece.
So, first Triforce piece for Iceman in almost 50 minutes. And I'm sure that's a relief, but again, that hammer, man, that really is going to hurt.
And we still don't know if he just forgot it or actually marked it off
I think
incorrectly.
In my experience, you know, it usually comes down to user error in that kind of situation. It's like, yeah, oh, I forgot. Hammer is at the digging game.
Oh, Iceman has no fire, so he can't full clear Mire. It makes sense that he would want to avoid that then for a little bit.
You're right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Especially having all 3 small keys, that puts it in logic. If you can help it, you don't want to skip those,
Right.
I think.
It's another a meaningless small key to pod for IConIC in the big chest.
And of course, as I say that, Iceman is going to go to Mire anyway.
Well,
It's still 6 checks. Well, 5
right.
plus the Triforce piece. And whoa, here's GT. Where was this?
Oh, that was in dark woods. Back at Skull entrance, yeah. So, yeah, that's... Yeah. Alright, so... A lot of checks here.
I always appreciate it when runners who have the cape choose not to use it in Tile Room.
Gotta make sure your edge is up. It was hardly worth the effort, but we move on. Clear the room first before lighting the lamps.
Okay,
Oh,
somebody in chat called the lamp in Mire.
Yeah, Gibraltarian did.
And to go with that lamp, a nice Hera small. So I think Iceman's just going to beat Vitreous and then go back in for those 2 checks. It's faster.
Probably, yeah. I think there was another small for Thieves. For Iceman, so... Ooh, oh. Really got thrown off there.
No, Iceman's gonna go get these checks first. I suppose they're both valid.
Yeah, if you don't have to double dip, you know, all the better, right? A little bit of love there. IConIC get some love in the big chest of GT. So we're going to see Armos 2 before Armos 1. Another piece of love. A little trickier doing this on ice physics, but no problem. I just picked up the Cha-ching.
Lovely. So IConIC is going left. Is this just to grab the key, or is he gonna try to sequence break this without the hookshot? Oh, there's Quake in cutscene chest.
Oh, there we go.
So IConIC, let's see. If he chooses to try to hover Moldorm 2 and get that piece, that'll put him at 6. And then he's got Eastern available for 7.
Mm-hmm. Another heart
Yeah, can't do
container.
swamp yet, and then he won't get the Mire big key.
So
The Durus, the desert swamp. Now, IConIC does still have completable desert and Thieves Town if we could just find them.
Right.
Oh, and TR.
Right. So yeah, 5-2 advantage right now for IConIC.
Okay, Iceman with half magic just gonna go for cape slashes here.
Very clean, vitreous fight for Iceman. Third Triforce piece at 125.40. Brings the gap back to 2, but IConIC in control right now. The Fire Rod and the Hammer combined are giving IConIC a tremendous advantage here, and he's still got some stuff he can knock off and extend his lead. Like this. And this will give him access to the flippers. I mean, yeah, again, no hook shots. That's a slight problem, but
So a little while ago, somebody in chat brought up the fact that our Moon Pearl is still not in logic because the cape we have was lamp locked. Now, the lamp, being in Mire, was not big key locked, and we had the boots
Correct.
early, so that actually might be our logic. Because it certainly wasn't Berna, which with that being in GT, and we don't know where the mirror shield is.
Right.
So, all in all, that's just really funny, I think.
Okay, so IConIC going through Eastern can do it all. Iceman back in Dark Death Mountain. Place IConIC may well want to consider visiting.
Oh, thank you, Iceman, for reminding us where this connector that IConIC needs is.
Yeah, it's like, and Chad actually, Incoherent from Chad actually pointed it out as well. So
Oh,
like,
I didn't notice. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Incoherent, for reminding us. Oh,
There's the
well.
mirror shield. Pick it up. No. Fine.
You had no interest in it, though. Do we know if Iceman can complete without Hammer yet? I don't know. I don't think we've made that determination yet, but yeah.
Where was the Eastern... Oh, the Eastern Big was behind our Ice Armos, right?
Correct. Hammer was at race game. Not race game, digging game. That. The Dark World version. No lamp, no problem. So this is a check we have not seen yet, and well, there's Thieves Town.
Okay. So that is reachable for IConIC eventually,
Right.
because Quake was in Mire, right?
Correct. No, it was it Swamp?
I don't remember.
Quake behind. Oh, Quake behind cutscene chest. Bah.
Oh right,
Duh.
yeah. We just saw
Yeah.
that.
My brain has turned to sludge trying to keep all this together. A small key to TR. We don't really need that. All right, there's number 6 for IConIC. 129.57.
There were 2 Turtle Rock Smalls in Thieves Town.
Wow, yeah. IConIC can finish off Trinex.
And looks like that's exactly what he's doing.
Why not, you know? All right. IConIC going for number 7. A missed time there with the firehead of Trinex, and all of a sudden IConIC in a bit of a pickle here.
I bet
Got rid of
he's
the fire.
really glad he has that half magic.
Yeah, it's like, unfortunately, he's kind of in a little bit of trouble here. There, that should do it. All right, so blue sword not ideal, but perfectly manageable against Trinex. Just got to be careful of all those ice physics. Yeah. All right, there it is. Number 7 for IConIC. So it's a 7. It'll have a 4 Triforce advantage for a little bit.
Also, Iceman having to abandon the big chest. He has the small key, but not the hammer.
Right.
And Iceman gonna narrow that gap back down to 3 Triforce pieces. And he's just gonna save and quit out because he doesn't need that crystal.
All right, so 7-4, as we now are starting to get close to the end game here. Again, both runners missing a valuable item. Iceman has the hook shot. IConIC has the hammer. Okay, so getting our second look at Castle Tower. Iceman going to the basement of Hera. There was chat mentioned we both are missing CT, the second key. Ah,
IConIC using those mitts. Hey, the Smiths are just right here, actually.
yeah, it's like it's almost no time at all. Well, just a little bit of love, but does get his heart count up to 14.
Retaking the lead.
Yeah, in all the ways that matter, yes.
Oh, never
Yep,
mind.
we're right back to right back where we started. All right. Oh,
Oh,
back of desert, hammerlocked. Oh,
so that officially means Iceman needs to get that hammer to finish the seed.
correct.
Now, can IConIC get away without the hook shot? Is still open.
Well, let's see. I think the answer is yes. Um, because this will make 8, so that just means
He
so
can find Thieves' Town after getting Quake from Meyer,
right, which
but
was right. He's got the flippers, so he can do swamp. So, yeah, I think he's fine. Iceman finding the big key to Swamp Palace. It's like, really? Now you give it to me? IConIC. One cycles the land molas and gets his 8th Triforce piece.
Iceman finally gets his Fire Rod.
Yeah, that puts Swamp into play. So 8-4 now. We're starting to reach endgame here. IConIC now doing some of the checks he couldn't do before, and another dark area. It is $20 for his trouble from the purple chest. Alright, IConIC. Well, we're all here. There's another heart container for IConIC, and can now actually check Ice Palace entrance.
So this is Iceman's 4th or 5th trip through this connector that IConIC just needs to go through once.
Yeah, right. It's like, come on. But
Iceman,
there's also really no discernible reason for him to go. Well, as I say this, he's now in Death Mountain, so maybe he will.
yeah, and Iceman still, without that hammer, does not have regular Dark World access.
Yeah, Iceman is in a lot of trouble, unfortunately. That hammer is proving to be a real problem. Just $20 from Sarsaparilla. Hardly worth the effort. Alright, well, Iceman is going to get GT access, and that's going to help a lot. Um,
He is still locked out of the left side, but he will climb here. He has all of the keys, he has the hook shot.
right.
And we saw Useless Fairy somewhere else, so there's going to be an item behind Ega 2.
It's
Okay, this will
iconic.
be it for Iconic.
Gonna do Spike Cave. Which, yeah, okay. It's a map. Kind of pausing to think for a second. Oh, I think he's doing it.
This is not gonna feel great.
No, yeah, yeah, for him, this is going, oh no. It is happening about an hour after it probably should have, but Iconic gets the hook shot and can now basically run free through this. Not completely, but like, but this really puts him in great shape here, and
Okay, he's gonna do Swamp first.
yeah, I mean that's a no-brainer. And you just need to do two. So Swamp is, fairly expedient, and then through that, we'll probably when it gets he'll get Quake off of this, right? And then, yeah. So, he's basically in the driver's seat here. Oh, Quake's in Meyer. Duh.
Yeah, the Meyer Big is here.
Right. Yeah, right. The Meyer Big, right? Okay, so yeah.
And as far as Iconic knows, his Moon Pearl is still not in Logic.
Yeah. Alright, well, Iceman's about to pick up his 5th Triforce piece off of, taking out the Armos. Ganon's at Lumberjack. There it is.
Hey, there's always a sword and swamp.
Oh, the sword was behind the big key?
Yep.
Big chest? Oh, very nice.
Oh,
So,
man accidentally mirrored.
yeah.
If you're gonna do that, at least do it there and not, later.
I don't think he did it accidentally. I think he's just like, he's going for, going on up. Alright, so... I mean, if you're Iconic, though, realizing that, I'm not going to say it was an easy reach, but reasonably easy, where that hook shot, that connector, you think he's feeling a little sick right now? Or do you think he's
Ah,
like feeling I'm in trouble?
that is entirely possible. Given how long ago he could have gotten that, you always think that your opponent, found the good route, and
Right.
you're falling behind when you make a mistake.
Mm-hmm. There's the big Tamire.
So knowing he needs that second castle tower small, he's probably going to be extra thorough. And I mean,
Yeah.
he is doing left side swamp, so that makes sense.
Yeah, and now Iceman is going up the tower here, so this is something Iconic did not do.
Now, Iconic is going to get to choose between Meyer and the GT climb for his second of the remaining Triforce pieces he needs. And
Right.
Meyer has 7 checks compared to just 4 on the climb. Well, 3. 4 after beating Aga 2.
Right.
So he's probably going to do Meyer first.
Mm-hmm. So, and he'll have an easier go of it with Argus because of the Tempered Sword.
All right, is our sword small? Is our small up here? Oh, there's a sword.
Oh. All right.
Is this it? Yes.
Yes. The small key to Castle Tower. Wow. It was on the climb.
Okay, so if I just had to guess, Iconic's gonna go to Meyer. He's gonna get Quake, and then he
Yep.
might go do Thieves Town, and then he's gonna do the climb, eventually because of density, and then he'll find what he needs. Nice Moldorm 2 fight from Iceman.
Yep. So 9 to 5.
Lasting just a few seconds.
Okay, 9 to 6. 9 to 6 advantage. Iconic beeline straight for Meyer. Gets the double.
Oof.
Oh, got thrown off a little bit. Ooh, bad angle. Only got a single there. There's another double, so 2-1-0-2-1.
I completely spaced out. What was that Iceman found?
$20.
Oh, lovely. Okay, Iceman gonna finish Eastern.
Yeah, he did, 90% of it. He'll get already, so Iconic is, as you say, going to be thorough in his completion here.
Meanwhile, Iceman's gonna do this. He's got Skull available. He's got TR available.
Mm-hmm.
That puts him at 9. And if he can just find his hammer, he knows where Ice and Pod both are.
Yeah.
Meaning he won't find Desert, but if he can get that hammer, he's actually not out of this race quite yet.
Not quite, but he's in a it's going to take a lot of time though to kind of piece a lot of this together. So, and IConIC just got the lamp, so his dark room exploration's got a lot easier. And what'll help what'll help Iceman is if IConIC gets dragged into a time sink playing Thieves Town. This would be an easy. Oh. There it is. So down to a 2 Triforce lead, making it 9-7. IConIC's going to have a really easy go of Vitreous. Iceman had to employ Magic Cape strats. There's number 10. All right, so
that also gives us Pyramid Fairy, but I forget where the bomb shop was.
I don't know if we've seen it. Have we seen? I don't think we've seen it.
Actually, I think you're right.
All right, so IConIC. What's it? IConIC thinking, what's my next move? Got all 10. He's 10 for 10. Wait, oh, he's going to.
Hyrule Castle. This will take him.
Number 2.
Oh, Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, he didn't finish this. There wasn't anything there though outside of Bombos.
Now, I don't remember, did IConIC go back into the front of Turtle Rock after beating Trinex?
I don't believe so. I don't think either of them did. Neither of them did the little. Yeah, Iceman hasn't done this yet. Neither is obviously IConIC hasn't either. Back to even on the heart count. IConIC now doing. It looks like he's going to do Hobo.
And Iceman going for Triforce piece number 9.
Yep. Chad asking if that's his GT climb is the densest check left, and yes, as far as checks he knows about.
This looks like... Oh, Desert Right, and then he can pop out right at the Dark Fortune shop and go to GT.
Right. It's good strategy.
Nice Mothula fight there. Iceman getting number 9.
So 154.36 for that. So the gap is narrowed, and Iceman does have one advantage, and that's the second CT. But for how much longer?
I think now we find out if Iceman truly forgot that he never did dig game.
I mean, that's been neglected for over an hour at this point. He's helped himself to a blue potion. He's saying no thank you to that shield, and it looks like that
he's going somewhere.
He's going that way. He's got to.
Or no, he's.
No, he is.
No, he's going to Castle Tower and finishing it because he can and he needs to.
Right. Okay.
And this is going to take him away from where he needs to be.
How ironic! That man. Jeez. Okay, IConIC cleaning out the last of Hera. I don't think there's anything in there. It's like he's doing all. I know what IConIC's doing all the one-offs he can. Dr. Bow's like, I need a minute. It's like, imagine if this doesn't go favorably for Iceman. Imagine how he's gonna feel. It's like,
I mean, losing to a tracking mistake or something sucks, but when it's a mistake you made an hour ago and kind of sealed your fate, that probably sucks even more.
oh yeah, I mean, it is, definitely a sickening feeling.
If only he just got that hammer now, he would still have a chance. Which is crazy.
I'd say he'd be favored at this point, just on the... Because, IConIC, he's like... We're just waiting for him to go to GT, or, exhaust all the checks he has to do it. And so far, nothing doing.
Okay, IConIC is... never mind.
No, he's not. Or... Oh!
He never checked bed.
Well... The good news is, because while he's here, he's gonna get about 300 rupees richer, so there's that.
He could have just come here in the Dark World, mirrored and checked it, and then gone back to GT, but...
Yeah. Yeah. Rupees, and like... Oh, no. Alright, so... What hasn't he done? Obviously, we know he hasn't...
Meyer and TR entrances.
Right, and... That doesn't seem to be where oh, he's doing Bombo's check, I think. Or no?
Oh, Spike Key's right here. Okay.
Oh. Just saying he doesn't really want to do that climb. Like, I don't blame him, but if you're going for density value at this point, like, what other choice do you have?
Where it looked like 3 blue balls from Aga.
Yeah.
I think maybe IConIC getting that hook shot so late knows that Iceman would have climbed, and if the CT small was up there, he thinks I've already lost.
Yeah,
which
it's
must be a
like
little puzzling. Like, why have I not lost yet?
yeah, it's like for both runners at this stage, we're at the 2 hour mark, and again, the hammer looms over Iceman. The second CT looms over IConIC. It's you know there is, I think, definitely a real desperation in to a certain extent with what they're doing. Like now, it's all one-off checks for IConIC. Clearing out as much as he can. Iceman finally heading to Ice Palace, and this is very good for him.
He's gonna find his mitts, right?
Yes. Unfortunately, he can't finish this place.
Yeah, this is just gonna give him more entrances to look at.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Well, we've
Cause
officially passed the 2 hour mark.
are you all not entertained yet?
I sure am. I know what I signed up for when I signed up to come cross hunt.
I was kind of somewhat blissful. Okay, small key to GT. Is that going to be a clue?
That's all four, so that puts the Triforce piece at the top in logic.
Yeah,
Doesn't change the fact that the first two checks on the climb are not locked by any keys.
correct. So the race is on. IConIC now I think is doing bombos. All right. Oh, taking him with that pithy love. Oh boy.
Well, we will get to see what's in the Thieves' Town big chest.
True. I everything but GT. Yes, indeed. Now Iceman in a race as well. Hammer versus second Castle Tower key.
I mean, if he didn't get the hammer when he went to Castle Tower, I don't think he's gonna get it. This just feels so bad. I feel bad for both of them.
I know it's like, and perhaps in Iceman's case, it was just a matter of oh, I did that, there's so, but that it is what it is. So you know, so the race is on. Well, strangely, Smith Chain again is pretty close to the to where he needs to be. Oh, I think he's doing it. Yeah. I'm just gonna stop assuming at this point. All right. Well, it's a little bit of love.
Okay, we're back in the Dark World. Oh.
Turning away from it. Yep. In Iconic's case, the one thing that kind of goes for him is he doesn't have to fight blind. Iceman now doing bombos. Okay, just bombs.
Well, at least IConIC didn't have to make the trip all the way back to fight Blind, because that's just a Triforce piece. Actually, I do wonder, if you picked up an 11th Triforce piece, would your counter actually show 11 out of 10?
I would think. No reason why it wouldn't. Okay, IConIC, I think, has now resigned himself to the climb.
Does he have... Well, I mean, okay, the Meyer entrance, but does he have any real... No, wait, he did the Meyer entrance. What? He just came from there.
Right.
Right, I just saw that Thieves Town wasn't marked as complete on his tracker, which makes sense, because it isn't. My brain is getting a little bit addled, but
Yeah, well,
so he may have literally nothing left to do.
Yeah. Okay, so we know this has already been hundoed, so
Oh right, you had to take the drop down.
that's right. That's right. All right, here we go.
All right,
Jeez.
We're in the right place.
We're in the right place, and IConIC, I know he's, neither is feeling very good right now, but it's like, for IConIC, having, done my share of these over the years, it's like, oh, you kind of know it in your gut, but it's kind of almost denial in a sense, like, please, 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 no. Yeah, everything IConIC did is perfectly logical. It's just, it's a time sink, doing this, and it feels even worse. I think you do all this, and it's like, well, I did this for what? Yeah. In Iceman's case, he is praying that Hammer is somehow in here. Well, we know it isn't, but that's obviously what he's hoping for at this point. There it is.
Good thing there were 2 blocks so you can get a do-over.
Right, exactly. It's like, oh, thank you. Oh, nice last second shot there by IConIC to take out the last land mola. What else apart from Dig Game and IP does Iceman have left? I don't think there's anything. I think he's checked everything else. And I can't say that with 100% certainty, but, I'm pretty sure they've done everything else.
Okay, IConIC is about to be in go mode. But he's gonna get the gold sword first.
Yeah.
And at 2 hours and 9 minutes, he has go mode. I'm sure he must be wondering why he hasn't lost yet.
Well. Iceman also returning here. Did he miss something in GT?
Maybe he just doesn't know what he missed. Like, he knows he missed something and...
I thought
Now
he
has
did.
to try to track it
I,
down.
I thought he got everything in GT. He certainly spent a lot of time in there.
Oh, he didn't do Tile Room.
He didn't?
I
IConIC did.
he ran through Tile Room the first time. I don't remember if he came back before climbing.
Oh, oh wow.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
So I'm looking at our trackers. We have found every single key in the game.
Really?
That castle
Wow.
tower was the last key in the game for IConIC.
Ice Rod, eat your heart out. Like who needs the ice rod? We've got, second second castle tower.
At least the Ganon fight will be nice and quick.
Yeah, I mean this will be no problem.
And poor Iceman,
I know.
he doesn't know what he missed.
Uh, Adirondack Rick pointing out like there's no visible sign for the tracker for doing dig games, so it is definitely that's true. Something like, oh, right. And Iceman, yeah, he is. They had the flute ready. Heading back to Kakariko. All right. Oh, okay. I see where. All right, so Iconic underway here with Aga 1. Chad, I think, said we have, what, 3 blue balls in... Oh, he has... Well, this is a check. Yeah, Swamp, Big Key. This will get him Gold Sword.
Yeah, it will.
That is of no comfort, but, yay, Butter Sword.
So for the blue balls, it was 3 modulo 4, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't 7, so it must have been 3.
Iceman is like... Alright, so Iconic just needs to go to Lumberjack and finish the job. It's like Iceman, yeah, he knows some wire got crossed somewhere and didn't do the digging game, and it's like, you know, and per Rick's point, it's like not something you're like, oh yes, of course I did it. All right, here we go. Yeah. All right, so with Butter Sword, this is going to be and Silver Arrows. This fight is pretty much trivial. So, already on his way to Phase 3. Yeah. I mean, but not for that, Iceman, he probably pulls it out just because he had everything else locked into place very nicely for him, and terrific play on his part. Overall, it's just like, man, that's such a tough beat.
Yeah, but it is just one race out of 6, and hopefully he'll be able to reset and come back strong for the next one.
Yeah,
IConIC has defeated Ganon and is going to win this race.
yes, indeed. He will lock in with an official race time of 2 hours, 15 minutes, and 23 seconds. So GG's to IConIC, who moves to 2-1 um, in a group play for Group AF. So,
Well, that was a real marathon of a seed.
yeah,
It must have been really mentally taxing.
am just I checked the race time chat, and yeah, it was a misclick on his part. That's just, it's one of those things, like, it's a hard thing to endure, but I guess the one silver lining is it's not the kind that he won't forget the digging game anytime soon, so there is that small comfort, I suppose. And we are welcomed by our one of our runners, Iceman F1, GG.
Yep, GG. I heard my mistrack.
Well, you take that away, you played very well, and had a lot of good sequence runs there, and once everything else kind of fell into place, minus Hammer, you were really cooking, and got all the way to, made it 10-9, and you got the castle tower key very, very nicely, but man, that's just such a tough beat, man.
Yeah, and my one out once I dipped Ice Palace, once I found that Mitts, and the reason I left is if Desert Palace is behind that rock or behind Mitts, I could salvage this. But otherwise, once I knew I needed Hammer and ran out of checks,
Yeah.
I'm like, I mistracked. I'm waiting for them to finish and just forfeit.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, it's definitely one of those things, I was just saying, like, digging game will not be forgotten by you anytime soon, or for any of us, really. Any of us who watched it, we're all going to be playing the digging game, and making sure we make that a priority. But and overall, I thought it was a very entertaining match, and again, you played very well, apart from one little bit of human error.
Yeah. Well, so the thing is, how I track is I use Emo Tracker for tracking my items, but I also have that as a map tracker for once I clear the location, it goes away from there. But then I use an actual map tracker for my entrances. I clicked off on the map tracker, but if I had just looked up to my other tracker, I would have seen the green dot saying, hey, I didn't actually pick up that item. And I could have second guessed myself. I just didn't.
Gotcha.
But again, it is what it is. It happens to everyone at some point.
Yeah.
So it's a case of I played the best I could, one mistake like that, and it could have been another mistake. It could have been maybe they finished faster and it was the Tile Room GT that I skipped. I made a lot of skips that could have hurt me. It was just the one I didn't realize I was skipping.
Yeah, IConIC, he went through pretty much everything before he finally realized, like, oh yeah, I should probably do GT climbs. He did regular GT and then noped out of there. He's like, I don't need to do the rest of this. And irony of ironies, that turned out to be it.
Is up there.
Yeah, of course. And he had to do everything else practically to get there.
Unfortunately, he's not here for us to ask him, but it seemed a bit like he was avoiding the climb because of how late he got to the hook shot. He might have thought that you had whatever was up there a long time ago.
That is a good point.
I can understand that call. I think if I had the hammer early, I don't know if so with my sequence routing, if I find GT with the same number of Triforce pieces, but I also have the hammer, I'm also full clearing the basement as well. But then I also would climb because I'm like, I could just use this as my piece. I'm already here. It's in a kind of weird location to get to.
Yeah.
So, but I could also understand if you've got other places to look. It's a long climb, especially if you don't need the Triforce piece. It's a long climb for 3 items. Actually 4 if you count behind it.
Right, yeah, and that was the thing that had been holding IConIC back for a large chunk of it, was that hook shot, and, you know, not exactly an easy location, but one he had definitely passed over, you know, during his routing 3 or 4 times, and then finally, I think, it just so happened, but it took him, what, about an hour 35 or something to do it?
Yeah.
It was a while. So, but well, you know, a tough beat, but you know, you got 3 more matches. So good luck to you, Iceman.
Yep. Thanks. We'll see how the next one goes.
Yeah. And yeah, so we got plenty more matches coming up on the ticker, so stay tuned for more Mario. Not Mario. What the hell? What am I talking about? A Link to the Past randomizer action. So you know, thanks to Blue Link for jumping on last minute to help out with the comms, and our trackers Arbu and Dr. Bowser. Appreciate the help on the back end and you know keeping everything straight for us. So yeah, give our runners a follow. You can give us a follow, and stay tuned again for more Link to the Past randomizer action here on Speed Gaming.